Big time, guys. Rufus here with my buddy, Big Time Rick. Today, we're in the Big Time shop.
You sure it's not a Set for Milwaukee commercial?
Oh, well, it's been known as multiple things. I wish it was a Set for Milwaukee commercial. They could sponsor us. That'd be really nice.
Would be nice.
But since it's not a set, it's a real shop. We use this when we're working on our trucks. We use it when we're making furniture. The shop can do a lot of different things. But we got a lot of tools in the shop.
Yes.
And we thought we would take this opportunity to kind of walk you through some of our all-time favorite tools. Big Time Rick, what all-time favorite tool did you bring in?
Well, and I hope the color doesn't offend you on this tool. It's a yellow tool.
Oh.
Brand notwithstanding, if I only have one tool, it needs to be the mag drill. Magnetic base holds it in place, and you can really do some damage on some metal. Think of it as a drill press, a mobile drill press on steel.
Why not aluminum? You can't use on aluminum?
Well, they haven't made aluminum that's ferrous yet, so it doesn't,
Okay, so this only sticks to ferrous material.
Yeah.
So no wood,
no
aluminum, no plastic.
Out, plastic's out.
Gold?
Gold's out. Paper's out. Paper derivatives.
Well, it sounds like this is kind of a one-trick pony here.
Well, you'd think it was a one-trick pony, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So this one comes with a special chuck that you can use these. You want to use annular cutters with. Think hole saw for metal. You can also put in a regular twist drill bit, but these annular cutters are really what sets this out.
Because you're drilling thick steel with this thing, right?
Thick steel.
This is not for 1/8" stuff. This is or sheet metal. This is for I-beams.
Thick stuff, yeah.
Iron workers use this stuff, right?
If you try and attach this down to a sheet of 1/8", there is not enough steel in that 1/8" sheet to make this magnet work. So it needs
not enough ferrous. Ferrite.
Yeah, you're learning a big word. Yeah,
ferrite maybe.
So you need to have a big piece of steel. Comes with a couple accessories, a reservoir for cutting fluid, and a chuck for a regular twist drill bit. I haven't used this. I just spray it on. But this is also good if you've got other holes to drill.
And this one's an electromagnet, right? So you got this cord.
Yeah, you plug it in, and it's got a power switch for the magnet and then a power switch for the drill. And so the magnet has to be turned on before the drill would work. And then don't be using this and then have one of your buddies unplug your
yeah, I think I've got a little experience with these, and I feel like if you use them, what's really neat about them is they can use them upside down, right side up, any size, right? But if the magnet comes, if it comes unplugged, or you have a power loss, that drill might be coming off where it's attached to. Is that a true statement?
Unceremoniously,
gravity still works.
It'll remove itself from the job site. But there's one other thing, because you mentioned how you can only use this on steel, right?
Yeah.
And that's usually kind of a bummer, right?
Yeah, it is a bummer.
Well, here's a big time tip that I don't tell a lot of people that I'm gonna let you guys in on.
Okay. Oh.
I had this made.
Big time tool hack.
Big time tool hack is a sheet of steel. So this is 12 inches tall, 18 inches long. It's A36 steel.
Half-inch thick?
Half-inch thick. It's got a place for my hand to carry it, and then it has a bunch of 3/8 tapped holes. So you can clamp this onto your material, or you can use these bolt holes with angle iron or tube on the back to clamp it onto something, and then you can plant your mag drill on here and drill through anything you need.
Doesn't have to be that ferrous stuff.
Doesn't have to be magnetic. So this is really come in handy.
God, who helps you carry it? I mean, the other thing too is like if you miss leg day, you can really do some squatting with this thing.
Well, it kind of balances mag drill in one hand, plate of steel in the other hand.
And we talked about how you've got to have enough ferrous in here. Yeah. Ferrous or ferrite?
It would be ferrous. It is not ferrite.
Okay. Well, you gotta have the stuff in here, the ferrite part in here to get this thing to stick, which is why it's got to be so heavy.
That's why it's got to be 1/2 inch. Yep.
Yep. That makes sense.
So that's been a really good accessory to have. You too can make your own.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like pretty easy to make. Big Time Rick, I'm excited that you brought the mag drill because when I thought about what I wanted to bring, man, it was really tough not to be like, hey, I want to bring a mag drill. And, you know, I think we should look at mine just because I love the mag drill as well. So here in the back here, what do you see? You see a red one back there? Grab that thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Come on, Big Time Rick, put some muscle to it. All right, okay, Big Time Rick. It's kind of like Thor's hammer, okay? You got to know how to move it, right?
All right.
And so this is very similar to this one. It's the Milwaukee M18 mag drill. It has one key feature that this one does not have. Well, it has two, really.
Yeah.
One feature is it takes an M18 battery, but the battery doesn't supply the magnet power. And so because of that, it uses a rare earth magnet, and that way if the battery were to fall out or you were to lose power, the mag drill stay in put.
Not the same problem that I have.
Not the same problem that you have. The other kind of neat feature about it is because it uses rare earth magnets, it can stick on less thick of a plate. You can go down to 1/4-inch steel with this one. So, you know, I do like your big 1/2-inch plate, but, you know, I've been missing leg day. Yeah. So I've got a 1/4-inch plate for mine that I can kind of walk around with. It uses the quick chuck just like yours, annular cutters. You can put a chuck in for twist drill bits. This is a 2-speed version. So 1 speed kind of low for annular cutters, then a higher speed for twist bits.
Yep.
How many speeds is that?
2-speed.
Okay. But I gotta tell you, removing the cord on the mag drill is kind of life-changing in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And you're not worried about, oh, the thing's gonna slip off. But the cordless is really, really great. It also has a light in on it, which is nice. Yeah. What do you think about the M18?
I love it, and DeWalt came out with a Flex Advantage battery.
That's the yellow people, right?
Yeah, of their own. Priced similarly. I would love to someday upgrade from having one of these to a battery, but at $2,500 versus $900, not quite there yet.
Yeah, that's the one thing YouTube and the big time guys out there that want big time shops, you can pick up these corded ones on eBay for a lot less than $900. Really, when the cordless ones have come out, the pricing is kind of fallen out in the bottom direction for the corded ones. So I wouldn't be surprised to find one of these for $500 or $600 on Craigslist,
definitely,
or eBay. And there's a good chance that this could be your only drill press if you set it up correctly, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, certainly could, absolutely.
But they're great to have around. I don't know what we would do without them. Love the mag drill, but this isn't what I brought as my favorite tool. I'm going to show you my favorite tool here next. Let me stick this back over here.
Get some space for you.
Yeah, let's get some space. So, Big Time Rick, as much as I love the mag drill, and we got a lot of tools here to choose from in the Big Time shop. The long-awaited M18 track saw is really my tool of choice, and I use this tool a lot. YouTube, when we do the shop view, what you're not going to see in our shop is a full-size table saw.
Yeah.
This tool is better at breaking down sheet goods than a full-size table saw. We use this tool for sheet goods, plywood, and it breaks it down, and we can finally cut a straight line. How are you at cutting straight lines with a regular circular saw?
With both my eyes open, not so great.
Yeah, not even so good, right? But the track saw, which if you're not familiar, basically has aluminum track and a guide rail and makes you look like an expert carpenter at anything you cut. You're able to plunge it in and kind of go at it. I would imagine most of our big time audience knows what this is, but the Milwaukee M18, people have been demanding this for years. It's finally out. It came out about 6 months ago, and I had a Makita one, which was, the crazy part is, it was a great saw, but it was the only other batteries we had in the big time shop.
Yeah.
Finally, we were able to get rid of that. We're able to go with the Milwaukee one. What's really good about the Milwaukee one, you might notice that the rail isn't red. What's the rail?
Yeah, it's that green.
It's green like the color of money.
Yeah.
It's that Festool green. And so the Milwaukee one, the Makita one, the DeWalt one, they'll all run on the same, the Bosch one, they'll all run on the same rails. So we already had some Festool track rails that come in all different lengths here in the shop. The Milwaukee one runs right on it. And it just, you know, the Festool track saw was the original, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It was really good. It had a lot of great features. The big fear was, hey, we've got these Americanized companies going to kind of take and make a track saw. Will they be as good as the Festool? The Festool was the benchmark. I think Milwaukee did a great job. I think DeWalt and Makita both done great jobs. That these are on par with the Festool track saw. And for what I do, which is breaking down plywood a lot with them, man, there's nothing I'd rather have. It just turns the task of dealing with a 4x8 sheet of plywood, which is heavy, to
especially if you're by yourself.
Especially by yourself.
Yeah.
To a one person task. So, you know, I'm not going to go into every feature the track saw has, but it's got all the great features. From, you know, you can watch a lot of reviews online about the great features of it, but you know, there's not much left to say other than this is the track saw to have if you're heavily invested in the Milwaukee system. What do you think? You got any opinions, any thoughts?
I have a different one at home, but same thing. I value not having to lug 4x8 sheets around by myself. So being able to make them in more sizable chunks by myself is a lot easier.
And I think the thing the audience should know is when I bought my original Festool track saw that's now been sold, that was a 110 volt corded track saw, which was nice, but not having the cord is game changing, especially if you just got to go break down one sheet. The vacuum system's awesome. The vacuum fits on this, but throw the bag on, go cut a sheet in half. You know, you can do that in 2.5 minutes. You don't need power from anywhere. And what's unbelievable is when I bought my original one, I would have told you you'll never get a battery-powered track saw because they're too power intensive.
Here we are.
But here we are. It's the future. It's basically 2024. And, you know, today the batteries are so good with the lithium-ion technology that you can run this thing for a couple hours and it's no big deal.
Well, and you'd have to take the bag off. This cute little bag. I
yeah, the bag's a one-cut bag, right? You're definitely gonna run this with dust collection if you're really doing a lot there. But just the fact that this exists today compared to 10 years ago when I bought my Festool is you know, really a piece of modern engineering.
Yeah, it's good. You made a good choice.
I think so. YouTube, thank you very much for taking some time with us today to check out the Big Time Guys' favorite tools. We want to hear from you. What are some of your favorite tools? Put them in the comments. What tools would you like to see us review in the shop? We probably have it. We would challenge you. We would challenge you to write something in the comments we don't have to review. But yeah, thanks for sticking with us. Have a great day.